I need to be able to be myself on set. I need to be able to be seen in a light that people respect and people want to work with. So I have to put my best foot forward. Sometimes putting my best foot forward means standing up for myself. You're not going to mistreat me. I'm going to discern the situation and I'm going to evaluate, is it really worth it to kiss your ass? Yeah, I said it. Some people just want to go on set so people can kiss their ass, and they're not going to help you get to the next level. They just want it to look good in front of the other people. They used you to look good. Ooh, it gets dirty because there's no. So they just reaches. There's a level of insanity that you have to calculate when you're in production. So when you work in production, it's gnarly when it's a reality show and when it's unscripted. And this type of game show was unscripted, and it had so many signs of being a bad production that you kind of had to either hang on tight and just ride through the 8 to 10 days that you got to work, or you needed to get out of there. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Vanessa Safel, and you are tuned into SetLife. I have been working in production since the fall of 2021. At the time of making this video, it's the winter of 2024. We are almost going into a new year, but I wanted to share this video. So you guys are seeing like a video like getting pushed all the way to the front of the line. I have so many videos on my channel, but this one, you see the title, Surviving a Bad Production. I've met so many people that have been traumatized on a production set. And so when I put this video together, not only did I think about the Mr. Beast game show, but I thought about other shows that I have worked on. So over the summer, I had the opportunity to work for Beast Games. Yes, I got to work on Mr. Beast's new game show. And
You probably know him as Mr. Beast. You know, the guy with 312 million subscribers, super duper popular. He's 26, he's got all these videos, but there's some folks sounding the alarm after what they describe as a chaotic shoot. In a TV and streaming exclusive, our Chloe Malas speaks with another YouTube star who's looking to expose what's really behind the scenes of Mr. Beast's empire.
I knew it. I felt it. I just couldn't put my finger on it because there was so much going on. When you're on a production set, you have to be able to evaluate if you're on a bad production or a good production. Because if you're on a bad production, it can mess up your reputation for life. If you're on a bad production, it can teach you how to show up wrong for the next production. If you're on a bad production, you can find yourself traumatized, like workplace trauma, long term, where you work in a reactive way versus a proactive way on a production set. And it doesn't help you grow your brand. It doesn't help you grow your skill set. And it doesn't help you grow as an individual that loves your career. When I work in production, I always have to make sure that I'm using discernment, that I love what I do, and that I have room to be creative and show my best foot forward. If I can't show those three things, feel that I can do those things, this is like a bad production for me because so much craziness is going on. And I think that when you're in TV and film, you need another level of room where you can show that you are better than what they expected. It's not this fake it till you make it thing. It really isn't. It's really like some people are talented and you just need to give them room to be talented. And then some people love to copy people and exploit them. I felt that Mr. Beast's games was bad, right? And then the internet confirmed it. There were so many videos coming out about Mr. Beast. I was like, yo, I knew it. I knew that there was crazy stuff happening because I didn't see anything improve. Stuff kept getting worse and worse and worse. So every production usually has a pre-production process where they're identifying who should be their cast and crew for this production. When it comes down to crew, typically what happens is an ad goes out, you bid for the ad, or someone calls you directly, hey, I got a gig for this many days. This is the day rate. Are you available for these dates? Okay. If you're in a casting call as the talent, then typically you go through the casting crew agency and they send you through this motion. You need to have this, this, and this, have these things ready. The issue when it's a bad production in that just recruiting process is when the dates are not right. Like they keep pushing around the dates or changing the dates, or the rate changes. So they said they were going to pay you this by this time, or they don't tell you what the rate is at all, and they don't tell you when you're getting paid. That's a bad production. Now, I'm bringing this up because when I worked with Mr. Beast, there were some things that I was like, what are y'all doing? There was this wait around of when is our start date. Some of us are booking multiple gigs. And if your production keeps changing the date, you're messing up my money because I don't know when to take you seriously. People have quit jobs to work on this set, but then the date gets pushed and they missed out on a gig. You see what I'm saying? That is a bad sign. Okay, that's a bad production. You should already put that in notion. Like, they playing with my time and my money right now. I can't deal with you. Another sign that this is a bad production is when you have a cheap production. Cheap. So every production gets this huge budget. Mr. Beast got $14 million to do this game show. But there were some things that were questionable. All the contestants that are watching this video right now, you remember them sleeping bags y'all had to sleep in? You know how much them things cost? You can leave it in the comments below. How much did them things cost? The accommodations that were occurring, we would have an issue and then it would get accommodated the next day. But the accommodations were always very cheap. Y'all know these contestants need to sleep. Why are y'all making them sleep in not only a sleeping bag, but on the ground? And the sleeping bag is so thin, you're basically on the ground. You might as well just sleep on the ground. You are better off bringing your own blanket than these little tacky, cheap, old, nasty, after so many days of filth and stuff, sleeping bags. Another sign of bad production is the logistics. Logistically, on a production set, there should be a run through of how things should go. There should not be so many fires along that path of getting things done where we're going back and starting over, or we're going back to fix something, but it's already too late. It's already burning. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, there was a part of Mr. Beast Games where the contestants flew in and they had to have hotel accommodations. And every contestant that was there, y'all know what happened. Your accommodations was a little screwed, wasn't it? We as wranglers didn't know we were going to be checking y'all in and walking y'all to your rooms and bodyguarding the room. Some of y'all couldn't leave the hotel room. Remember that? Okay. There was a part of it where your luggage was supposed to be checked in, put your phone away in your luggage, and then when you check out, you get it. This is all of the contestant stuff, and I pray that all of you guys get your stuff. I pray. Because I would have did it a little different. We did not have a clear process of that, from putting them in alphabetical order, putting them together by team and color, because we didn't know what colors they were going to be. So logistically, we had issues with accommodating the contestants' sense of safety when it came to putting their luggage in the right place and making sure they got their luggage. So what ended up happening, everybody was everywhere.
Logistics, logistics, logistics. One thing I learned about SetLife is when you are a PA, if there's no way to help, no reason for you to be there, go home, okay? Because it's not worth it.
Is people were losing their personal items like their IDs and passports and their medical stuff and some of their clothing and things like that, where it was scattered and possibly stolen. I remember one girl, she lost her phone and it wasn't her fault. They told her to put her phone away. Her phone fell out of her bag and it ended up being in the back of the docking area where they were shipping the luggage from the hotel to the game show location. But her phone was stuck somewhere. We needed support in the talent versus crew, because a runner would have been the person to go help and find that phone. Now she don't have a phone. She went home with no phone. Her phone was stuck somewhere in the docking area. Nobody knew where it was at. And all we needed was someone to run back there with her to get the phone. I couldn't do that because I'm over here handling all these people back here. Logistically, that blew my mind because that shouldn't have happened. We needed crew that only knew logistics. And I ain't gonna toot my own horn, but I used to work for FedEx USA before I got in production. But y'all weren't paying me enough. Because a logistics lead or a locations manager, they get paid a lot. But you're not finna make a PA do locations work. Where is the call sheet? It don't matter if you are just let me think of somebody, just the driver, transportation. You actually should have a call sheet. I can honestly say when I worked on the Mr. B show, I was never given a call sheet any day at all. What? So I don't know who the crew is. I don't know who is who. So when people are coming up to me and yelling at me or telling me I need to do this and that, I don't know you. I don't know who you are. I could not identify the network to production to the contestants because some of the contestants dress pretty nice. You know, you can't tell who is who. A call sheet helps you identify who is who. A call sheet also helps everybody come together because we need a safety meeting. Okay. So it gives you the schedule of the day on your call sheet. And we were never given a call sheet to know when was the safety meeting and where do we meet. Scheduling and knowing who's who, that's a bad sign, a bad production, a shit show. Because if I come in at 6 a.m. and the person that's leaving at 6 a.m. don't know that I'm coming, I'm in a position of vulnerability. I have to juggle and figure out what happened. I was finding out what I needed to do from the contestants versus my own production affiliation. Okay. Because my lead did the night shift. I did the morning shift, but I didn't get any notes. So this is what happened the night before. Stand here, do this. So I had to kind of create my own schedule. I had to create my own lunch breaks and my own 15-minute breaks because I didn't know when stuff was happening. So when you don't have that set in place, y'all, another sign that this is a bad production is when you start seeing too many breaks, too many delays in between what is needed to get done. So if nobody really knows what needs to get done, only a few, and then you have these walkies. I wish I had a walkie on me. And the walkie is lit. Okay. So delays, no breaks, and the walkie is lit. That's a bad sign altogether. Because if we don't know what's going on in the day, and then throughout the day, we hear this walkie going crazy. Leave a comment below if you've ever been on a production set and everybody on the walkie talking crazy. I need people to do this. Where is my PAs? Where are the wranglers? You're supposed to be here. They're yelling. They're screaming. I need help over here. You want to turn it off. There were I guess I'll get to that'll be the next sign. But there were so many delays and breaks and confusion with this rattling walkie. And then there was these awkward silences where, hello, is anybody there? Nobody's on a walkie. So another sign of a bad production is there's no walkies or there's no thread or group communication line. Okay. The walkie should, okay, you guys, we're starting to roll. Okay, you guys, we need all the PAs off the set clean, or we need all the PAs on the set to clean up. We're not getting that. Okay. I learned when I worked on Mr. Beast that there were not enough walkies. So there were probably about 6 teams of crew, maybe more than that. But all of the crew didn't have walkies. So we were missing crew. When it was time to do something, some of us were overworking, especially when it was time to clean up the games or prep the games or take the talent to lunch. If everybody's not on the same page, then you got people taking breaks and disappearing and getting free money and stuff. And that's a leadership issue. Whoever the leads are, everybody should be on a walkie. Everybody should know how to use a walkie. Another sign that this is a bad production is the size of the crew versus the size of the talent and host. For every talent, there needs to be at least 4 people around that supports that talent. Okay, you have your makeup wardrobe person, you have your assistant director or producer that gets a person to get ready for their next scene, their scripts and things like that. And then you have your production assistant that helps them with the things that they need. They need more water, they need snacks, things like that. On this show, the Beast Game show, there were 2,000 contestants.
2,000 people are about to battle in a series of trials for a spot in my 10-episode Prime Video series called Beast Games.
That qualified for the Vegas part of the show. But there was not enough crew to support all of those contestants. So we were running around doing too much. The ones that are superstars in production, you want to do well and make sure the contestants are happy. We couldn't help them. We got to a point where it was so many of us leaving the set that we were losing people, not knowing we're losing crew.
Members of the taping at Allegiant Stadium, whose production staff have walked off the job last night due to poor treatment and conditions, according to Vital Vegas here in Las Vegas. If you haven't subscribed to his channel on X, definitely do so. And from my previous video, there was about 2,000 contestants and people in garbage bags at 3 hotels in several nights. So the production staff did everything they could to hide this event from the public as far as...
Because it just was overwhelming. I shouldn't have to work this hard for the little bit of pay that I'm getting. I'm doing a job that requires more people or a higher pay rate. But even if you got paid more, you wouldn't be able to handle what's happening. Every talent for this show needed 4 people. They needed a PA, they needed a runner, they needed a psych, and they needed an assistant director person that told them what they were going to do next in the game show. Because of how chaotic it was, we didn't have those accommodations. We didn't even have enough medical crew for all of the little incidences that were happening on this show. Another sign of bad production, this is a shit show, is when a PA is doing jobs and tasks of other crew people that get paid more. And that person is either not available or that person is there, but they don't know how to do their job. PAs, you better stand up. You hear me? If you ever are doing a job that actually could pay you more, then you need to stop doing that job and leave immediately, because they're basically running game on you. You only getting paid like $200 to $300 maybe a day, but that person's position, they're getting $500 to $800 a day. But you're doing their job. Now, there's some opportunity in that. You could get bumped up and get promoted, but on a shit show, they just running you. You basically getting bullied. Okay, like, oh, go do my job for me while I sit here and relax. That's not my job. So I always say, hey, that's above my pay grade. So that is something you can say. That is above my pay grade, and I don't feel like I'm supposed to be doing that. You may have to ask somebody, is that what you're supposed to be doing? I've seen PAs get put in positions of power, but then they're getting paid low, okay, or nothing. Like, you were supposed to get paid extra for that. You stayed in overtime. The timing and the rate is tricky if you don't know better. That's why it's so important when you're on a bad production to make friends, okay? Make friends with people, ask people, what do they do and why are they doing? A lot of people think I'm a director on set because how I be talking, I said I should be a steward, okay? I should be a union steward because that's not right. So this is signs of a bad production for those that are an empath, those that are spiritual, where your crystals and things like that, and you on set. You know it's a bad production because the energy jumps. This dark energy just comes out of nowhere and it jumps in people that you love, people that you are friends with. You on this production set, y'all become enemies. Dark energy always shows up on a production set, and how it shows up, it starts destroying relationships. It creates health issues. On the Mr. Beast set, people were getting hurt. People were getting sick because nobody was accommodating the temperature changes. It was really hot outside, but it was really cold on set. And then you go on hot, cold, you're going to catch a cold. Is that COVID? Is that COVID? No, it's just nobody's paying attention to the weather extremes here. And nobody's telling them that they need to dress appropriately. That energy of darkness for us that are more spiritual than others is like, you got to pray. And when you find yourself praying too hard, you know what I'm talking about, where you got to oil up, bless up, pray up, take a break, hide. And your spirit's like telling you don't go back to this production, but you need the money.
It has been a wild experience for all of us. Production all the way down to the contestants. I don't even know if it's as fun as people may think it is. Is money really worth it?
Okay, so this is a common one that everybody knows. This is a shit show if everybody's the boss. Everybody's the boss. Everyone's the lead. Everyone is the manager over this production. Even the PAs. There are some PAs that have been in higher positions. And this showed up on Mr. Beast Games. Because remember I said in my story time, Vegas was outside. All the production people you've worked with, we were on set. It was so many of us that have worked on different sets as different titles. Some of our bigger title people like PMs and PCs, which is a production manager, production coordinator, they were PAs. They were talent wranglers. That is beneath your pay grade. That is low. What you doing here? I thought you was balling. But that mentality didn't change. So they on set telling people what to do, how to do it. So everybody a boss, I'm supposed to report to you. Go do this. You should be doing that. You actually are me. We are the same type. We on the same line. So if you say something else, I'm a little bulldog. I'm like a little, bulldog on set. You're not finna talk to me crazy. We are in the same position. So you can't tell me what to do. I'm going to listen to my lead and I'm going to listen to the coordinators that hired me, but I'm not going to listen to you. Everybody's not a boss. But on a production set, when people feel like the production's not doing good, everybody's not doing their job, and people are yelling and people's just being a tyrant. You should be doing this. This is a shit show. Because everybody should know their position. So if everybody's telling you what to do, you become this loose cannon where you can explode as a PA or a wrangler or any position, really. If you have 3 people telling you what to do and they're all different things to do, you can't logically really do that. So I'm going to share this because I feel like some people don't know how to get through this. If 3 people told you what to do, you have to tell all 3 people the same thing. Well, Chris told me to do this. Mark told me to do this. And now you're telling me to do that. Which one should I do? Or you can bring them all together and let them all see each other. All 3 of you guys are telling me to do different things. Who am I working for? And then that's when they either regulate that or they start like debating who whose team you're on. If you're a star PA, if you're a star production person, everybody wants to use you, but you cannot let people bully you. So if everybody's telling you what to do, that is a red flag. You need to get out of there, or you need to get all of them on the same page so that you're not messing up yourself, because that's trauma, y'all. You can't be on set letting people punk you like that. Another sign that you're on a bad production set is if you know that you have a skill set to be in other positions. You can be in a higher position, but there's no room for mentorship. There's no room to meet the next level person that could put you in that position. That's a bad production, because production should groom their PAs to be more than a PA, because you're more than a PA. I believe that. Being on all these different sets, from TV, film, music video, commercial, live events, festivals, conferences, conventions, I've been on all of them. And every time I meet someone that has a low position level, including myself, I'm like, you're dynamic. You actually could do more. A bad production would feel like your ideas are being pushed down. You're being put out of the limelight. Like, people can send you offset so many times because they don't want to deal with you, or they don't want your stardom to be seen by the producers because it'll put their position in jeopardy. Hey, we know how it is on set. It can get real rude and grimy. People will like gatekeep and like block you from your blessings. But if you're a PA and you're trying to go to that next level, portfolio is important. This is my portfolio. You get to see my personality. You know how I'm going to act on set. Probably like this video. You either like me or you don't. And I'm okay with that, because I see greatness in this way and I want to do it this way. If I can't do it the way I see it on this set, I guess I need to make my own production company. All in all, you have to quit when there's too many signs of a bad production. And if you start having nightmares about going to work, don't go. Because I definitely had moments where I think if I go back to work, something horrible is going to happen. I have this tense energy. And what happened? Contestants were getting hurt. Contestants had seizures. Contestants were having emotional breakdowns. Is that the type of production I want to be on? It's a choice. There's some production shows like these Black reality shows where the baddies of the West, they be fighting and stuff. Some people like that. I can't even fathom seeing people be violent for no reason when there's other ways to be constructive with your time and with your effort. That I'm missing some more signs of a bad production. So if you would love to leave a comment like, hey, I work in production and these are some other signs of a bad production, it would help. It would help people that want to get in TV, film, and live events, because production should be smooth. It should be exciting. You should want to be there and it should feel like family from every part of it. It should not have these stigmas and these ceilings and this gatekeeping and this energy like, we don't want you here. Well, why did you hire me? Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, share it with another person that works in production. Leave a comment below if you've had other signs of a bad production, because a bad production is bad. You can't get around it. Okay, it's like very evident. And I bring this up also because Las Vegas is about to be the next Hollywood. And it's so important for people to have these conversations through panel discussions and expos and mixers and stuff like that. How do we keep having a good morale in production? We need more of that here in Las Vegas. And I hope to be a part of that. You know, I would love to network and collaborate with people that are progressing forward. And let's just create some good stuff, because the good times are coming. We don't need this bad energy and these bad crew personalities ruining it for the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? So I made this video to help you guys. Share it. If you keep coming back, like you check out my other videos and you're like, I like her, click subscribe. I appreciate it because I'm here. All right. Vanessa Safel, you guys stay tuned.